Hello, and welcome back to this course on business skills for agro-dealers. If you supply inputs and/or services to farmers, this session will help you find ways to increase sales, manage your money, operate your business more efficiently, and ultimately earn more profit. In previous sessions, we talked about the importance of having a plan for your business and setting goals. Today, we are talking about how to create a marketing plan. Now, when most of us hear the word marketing, we think of giant billboards for Africell or Coca-Cola, and you might not think it has anything to do with you or your shop. But marketing is about more than advertisements. It is about getting to know your customers, deciding what products to sell, determining the price, and most importantly, convincing farmers to buy from you instead of your competitors. Joining us today for this discussion are Mukisa, Damba, and Namazi, three agro-dealers at different points in their careers. Mukisa has been operating his shop for 25 years.
Thank you. This should be interesting. Honestly, my sales are pretty good, but I am always interested in selling more.
Absolutely. Damba has been in business 8 years.
Thank you for having me.
Namazi is just starting her business.
Yes, I'm setting up my shop right now and will be handing out flyers at a market next month. So I'm very interested in learning about marketing.
Okay then, let's get into the subject, shall we? Now, many agro-dealers will set up shops, put a sign on their door, then sit back and wait for farmers to buy their wares. Sometimes, depending where you are located and how many other dealers there are in town, you can acquire at least a few customers that way. But regardless of whether your shop is busy or if your shop is always empty and you don't know why, taking some time to think about marketing can help you do even more business. This starts by asking, who are your customers? What inputs and services do they need for their farms to be successful? What products and services should you provide? What items will interest your customers? What price should you charge? What do you need in order to make a profit on an item? What can your customers afford to pay? We can also think about our place of business. While most of us are not in a position to change our location, how can we make our shop more attractive? Finally, how to promote your business. How can you make farmers want to buy their inputs from you instead of your competitor? So, let's discuss the first question. Who are our customers? Anyone?
Farmers?
Obviously, yes, we sell products to farmers. But how much do we know about the farmers in our community and what they need? Do they grow millet, maize, sweet potato? Do they rear goats or cattle? Is it for meat or for milk? How successful are they? How much are they producing and how much money are they making? Is it just for their family or do they sell a lot at a market? How much of our product do they need to buy? What are their challenges? How fertile is their land? Do they have to deal with pests and diseases? Are their animals healthy? Do they get enough rain? The more we know about our customers, the more it will help us determine how best to sell to them. So, Namazi, can you describe a typical farmer in your area?
I don't know. They are all different. Some have big farms and a lot of livestock, and others just grow beans and corn on small plots. It's hard to say who is typical.
True. You will find a variety of customers everywhere. Perhaps another way to approach it is to ask, who are the people who buy from my shop now and what do they need? Are there other people in town who I would like to have as customers? If so, how can I appeal to or attract them? Damba, can you think of anything your current customers have in common?
That's difficult to say. They just seem like typical farmers. I guess many of my customers belong to the dairy group and try to make money selling milk.
Excellent. So maybe we should be thinking about how to attract dairy farmers. Mukisa, are there any customers you wish you had?
I don't know. I like the customers I have very much, but there are some rich coffee growers in town who buy from my competitor. But he's good friends with all of them. There is no way they are going to buy from me instead.
Anything is possible. Let's come back to this. Now, if you aren't sure what your customers need, the best way to learn is to talk to them. When somebody comes in, instead of just standing behind the counter, start a conversation. If they are buying seed, ask, how was your harvest last year? If they are buying livestock feed, ask, how are your animals doing? If they purchase pesticide or weed master, ask, what sort of weeds are you having trouble with? Anything to help you learn more. You should also talk to people in the community who are not your customers. If your neighbors prefer to buy from another shop, it might be good to find out why. So, once we have made an effort to get to know our customers, we need to think about products and services they need that we can sell profitably. So, Damba, what do you think your customers need?
I don't know, the usual thing: tool, seed, fertilizer, pesticide or insecticide, animal feed.
All right, but what kinds of seed? What kinds of feed? For example, you said that many of your customers keep dairy cattle. Perhaps they would be interested in replacing their old metal cans or supplements to help their cows produce more milk. Mukisa, you said you wished you could sell to coffee growers. Can you think of anything they need?
Well, from what I understand, they are all having trouble with borers. Perhaps I can see if there are any good insecticides for that.
Excellent idea. When it comes to the products we use, it can be easy to just stock whatever farmers request or keep buying the same things as last year. To some extent, that's sensible. But you should also be thinking about what things your customers need that they will not think to ask for, and how you could educate them on the value. Namazi, can you think of anything that the farmers in your area need but don't necessarily realize it?
That's a tough question. You know, many people keep pigs but just feed them table scraps or whatever residue is lying around in their field. They don't appreciate that pigs will produce more meat if you give them proper feed, same as cows. So maybe I could try to sell them commercial pig feed, though I suspect they would be too cheap to buy it.
Sometimes it is worth trying. Just buy a small quantity of something to see if your customers are interested.
Just be careful not to end up with a dozen knapsack sprayers that nobody wants.
Are you speaking from experience?
Maybe.
Yes, that is always a risk. But if we introduce new products carefully and promote them well, you never know. You might find something that farmers really want to buy. Okay, so once we have the right products, we need to determine the right price. There are a few things to consider. What is the minimum you would need to sell your product to make a profit? What can your customers reasonably afford? What do your competitors charge? When you are selling commodities like seed or insecticide, sometimes you don't have much choice about what to charge. Obviously, you can't sell less than you're paying yourself. You can't sell more than your competitors because then you would lose your business. However, there are cases where if you find the right product, you can charge a little extra. For instance, Namazi mentioned selling high-quality feed for pigs. Yes, it is more expensive than feeding your pig table scraps, but farmers who are serious about raising pigs might appreciate the benefits.
Yes, but sometimes customers don't appreciate quality. I used to import this effective herbicide, but then I found out customers were purchasing a cheap imitation of the product from another shop for half the cost. In fact, one of my customers came in and accused me of overcharging him. Now I know the other shop's product is no good, but people don't seem to care.
Well, have you talked to your customers? Are they seeing good results from the other product? While we don't want to sell inferior products, sometimes people simply can't afford a premium product, and it helps to carry some less expensive alternatives.
Perhaps you're right. I refuse to stock that stuff my competitor is selling, but maybe something in between.
Right, it's good to give customers options. If you can educate them on the differences and why it might be worth a little extra for the premium product, you never know. For those who can afford to pay a little extra, if they get superior results, well, perhaps they will continue buying it. Next, let's discuss where we sell. Now, ideally, you are centrally located and easy for customers to find, but you may not have much control over this. However, there are a few things you can do to make the place where you sell your products and services more appealing to customers. Keep the exterior as attractive as possible. Make sure the walkway outside is clear and passable. If you don't have one already, make sure you have a sign that will stand out to people walking by. Make sure the interior is clean and well organized. Most customers don't enjoy having to look too long to find what they need. Keep products organized by type. Post your hours of operations in a visible place. It's important that customers know when they can purchase from you. If farmers are never sure when you are open, they are more likely to find what they need someplace else. Okay, we talked about the importance of knowing our customers, stocking the right products, charging the right price, and making sure the place we sell is appealing to customers. If we were the only agro dealer in town, that might be enough to run a successful business. But when you have competition, the question becomes, how can we promote our business and make farmers want to buy from us instead of our competitors' shop up the road? If we are being honest, most agro-dealers in an area sell basically the same products to basically the same farmers for basically the same price. So, what can we do to stand apart?
Well, I was thinking of handing out flyers with special offers for discounts.
Well, you can do a bit of advertising if you can afford it. But if you're like most agro-dealers, profits are probably too thin to keep giving discounts. If we really want to stand out from our competition, we have to start by thinking about what makes a farmer buy from one agro-dealer versus another. So, Damba, what do you think a farmer is looking for when they walk into your shop and ask for fertilizer?
Ah, they are looking for fertilizer?
Yes, but why do they want fertilizer? What do they hope it will do for them?
They hope it will make their crops grow, increase their yields.
Exactly. They don't buy fertilizer because they like it or think it smells good. They buy it because it will help their crops grow. In the end, we are not just selling inputs, we are selling solutions to farmers' problems. So, if you really want to sell to farmers, you need to learn about their problems and help them find solutions. Perhaps they are afraid their crop will suffer damage from pests. Well, you can educate them on insecticides and even alternatives to insecticides, like spacing their rows of corn properly. Perhaps they are worried that their animals aren't gaining enough weight. Well, you can sell them feed and also advise them on building stalls. If they see you as a person who not only sells good products but gives good advice, that can earn you a farmer's loyalty for life.
That reminds me of my father. Once we had a problem with weevils in our sweet potato, and the owner of the store where we bought supplies told him to plant some cowpeas between the rows. My father did it and it worked. And even now, he swears that man is the smartest man in the world. He wouldn't consider buying from anyone else.
Exactly. Sometimes just giving a customer good advice or even telling them when not to buy something will make them loyal customers. If customers feel that we provide them with trustworthy advice and only recommend products that are necessary and good, they will be much more likely to purchase stock from us, return to purchase more, and even tell their fellow farmers that our shop is better than the one down the road. So, when it comes to marketing, we need to know our customers and their problems, stock products they need, charge the right price, and offer them valuable advice in addition to quality products. If you do those things, then you will have happy customers who will recommend you to their friends, which is the best marketing plan of all. We have reached the end of this session. Take a moment to think about your customers, the challenges they face, and the products and services they need. Is there anything in particular you could stock that would be especially useful to them? Are there higher quality products that they might be willing to pay a premium for? What are the most difficult problems they face? Do you regularly see farmers making the same mistakes? Write down 3 ways you can add value for your customers, either in the workbook for this course, if you have it, or just on a piece of paper. If you don't know the answers, then make a point of talking to some customers to find out what they want to achieve and how you can help them.